பூக்களே சற்று ஓய்வெடுங்கள், அவள் வந்து விட்டாள், அவள் வந்து விட்டாள். பூக்களே சற்று ஓய்வெடுங்கள், அவள் வந்து விட்டாள், அவள் வந்து விட்டாள்.
Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of FOSS Point. I'm sorry for starting off late. I had a bit of a audio issue and hopefully it's sorted out. So do give me a bit of time to check that out. After all, audio is most important, right? Just give me a second here. For the last stream, initially I did try out this tool called RTX Voice. It is basically something that uses ML to filter out ambient noise, but my laptop cannot take that load along with the processing. So I'm trying it without that this time, but then the penalty on that side is that I have to leave the fan off. So in case you see me melting here, yeah, that's the reason. All right. All right, so I better reduce the music a bit. Yeah, it's the Kubernetes forum shirt side. The conference that we went to in Bangalore. Okay, so let's see if I can bring this up. Okay, now you guys are on screen. Yeah, the chat's on. So what happened last time is that I kept on answering questions and replying to your chats midstream. So I guess that caused a bit of discontinuity. And it kind of felt like I was stuttering and going off topic and I was digressing way too much. So to avoid that, this time I figured that it's best to not do that and then address chats in a chat session separately, and then when I am streaming, I'll stream continuously, or when I'm talking, I'll talk continuously. There is one tiny bit of setup that I have left to do. So far, we have 9 people here. All right, let me. Okay, apply that. Alright, so I'm ready to begin. Let's see if we can get a few more people here. Let me just message in the community groups. Alright. Okay, quite a few people have seen the messages. I am waiting for them to join. Let's see, how many are we up to? We are up to 11. Guys, do call your friends, do invite your friends also. All right. All right. So I'll just wait a few more minutes for a couple more people to join. Till then, we'll just chat and interact. Hope that's all right. All right. So we have a few new people here as well. Sachin Matthew. Umang Baheti. Alright, thanks for stopping by, guys. Those who are there in the, those who are new here, do pop a comment and so that I can get to know you. And if you haven't joined the community already, do join the community group so that I can better share materials with you. I can get your feedback and then plan future sessions on it. Alex, you don't have to retract the message. I have the stream dashboard open on a separate monitor. Oh, okay, Sachin, that's nice. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Do invite your friends also. More the merrier. Alright, let's see if the spinning gradient is working. I'm not sure it's spinning. Okay, it is. Fun fact: even though this OBS is video production software, if you notice the background is spinning, it's a gradient that's spinning. That's basically done with HTML and CSS. Again, those who are watching, if you have not joined the community already, please do join. Said, if you notice the background, the wallpaper, the background as such itself is like a spinning background. Just trace the pink, the pink and the blue keep moving. It's alright, Alex, I got it. Okay. Now that's alright. You guys think I should switch to EDM? I thought the lo-fi would go with the entire subtle vibe that was in the layout. Okay, lo-fi it is then. Okay, lo-fi it is. I'm not changing it. Guys, get your friends also. The thing is, this is a very basic concept that we'll be using basically on a daily basis or a weekly basis, I guess. We need this in every stream basically, and you can't have open source without Git and GitHub. So I guess I'll start presenting at 9:15. Basically 15 minutes of just chatting initially, and hopefully 30 to 45 minutes of presentation, and depending on that, if you guys have things to talk about, then we can do that. Naman, hi man, good to see you here. Oh, I'm gonna be melting like an ice cube by the end of this stream. All right. I think I should put a timer for the just chatting session also, so in case people just want to start off, join when the content is starting off. So we are up to 11 viewers. I guess that shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully more people will join as we speak. And all right, let's see. All right. So the thing is, from the analytics of the last video, 70% of the viewers hadn't subscribed. So in very cliche YouTuber fashion, I request you, all of you, to subscribe and share this with all of your friends, and join the community so that you have a voice in what is being presented here. So if there's some particular topic that you guys would like to cover, I'll do that. So for example, I have gotten a request to cover Open Broadcaster Studio, which is a software that I use to make these layouts. I mean, if it's just a basic layout that we see in Google Meet, or like how our teachers teach, it gets real boring real quick. So when there's such technology available, might as well use it, right? Also, Open Broadcaster Studio is free and open source software, so that will definitely be something that I'll be covering. So if you guys have suggestions like that, please join the community, let me know. And I'm always open to hearing feedback about how the session went, what suggestions you have to improve the session, and how you think you can better benefit it. So this is mostly for the community. It's mostly me giving back. So you guys might as well make the best use out of it. And if there is some tech that you would like to cover, let me know, hit me up. And if it's something that if it is something that is within my scope, then I'll definitely cover it. What message, Syed? Oh, your message will come about 10 seconds later. So I am running on very low latency. All right. Okay, so again, Naman also wanted to know about the setup. So if you see real quick, I can show you that this is a green screen. In fact, maybe someday I'll do a behind the scenes. So this is a green screen, and then I just have a couple of filters to give that nice gradient background. So now this is gradient on gradient, and then shadows. Yeah, there are quite a few advanced concepts on OBS here. So yeah, I'll definitely be covering that. Okay, so we are way past our scheduled time. That is 9:17 now. So I'm gonna get started. I will be minimizing the chat window right now. I'll be presenting for about half an hour, and in between I'll come back to just chatting. So between topics or at checkpoints, I'll come back to just chatting so that we can interact. So when you see the just chatting screen, feel free to fire away the questions, but if I keep referring to the chat window whilst talking, it's just gonna be a loss of flow. So that is something I realized when I rewatched the last stream. So I am just learning, guys. So thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for spending your time here. Meanwhile, do ask your friends also to join. Awesome. So let's get started then. All right. And minimizing the chat window, and I don't need to see this here right now. Okay. Right, let's start. Let me quickly see if my slides. Okay, I just need to change my slides also. My screens don't seem to have been linked correctly. Just give me a second for that. Properties and okay, so that should have done the trick. All right. Alright, guys, comment in the live chat if you're ready to get started, shall we? Ritik, hi man. Thanks for being here. Call your friends also. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna get started then. Alright. So, hello everyone. Welcome to FOSS Point. Welcome to the second episode of FOSS Point. And in case you guys don't know already, this is a weekly live stream that I do, covering various kinds of open source technology, open source software, and anything else that is freely available. That's the niche that I have tried to focus on, and this is mainly targeted at anyone who wants to get started with tech. As in, let us say, it could be a first year who just joined college and really wants to look around, or maybe you have really enjoyed your first year. In your second year, you're thinking that you have to get a bit more serious. So in all these cases, it's great to it's never late, and this is targeted at the basic audience. So don't think that this is going to be too advanced for you. Also, if you have not subscribed already, please do subscribe and invite your friends also to join the community. If you haven't joined already, that gives you a voice in what I present here, so that you can suggest and tell me what to cover, and I'll try my best to cover that. So moving on to the subject of subject that we are going to cover today, that is Git and GitHub. So what we covered last week was what is open source software. So the keyword in that being source. So when we talk about source, it usually means the source code, the code that drives your application. And this code usually, especially in open source, it might not always be one person who is writing the source code. By all means, there are cases where a single person writes the code and then makes the source code public, and it is legit an open source project. But in most cases, open source is community driven, and there's gonna be more than one people working behind it. And in all such cases, Git is one technology that has proven itself there. So let's not, without further ado, let's get started with what we're going to cover today. Alright, so why use Git and why use GitHub? Before that, let me just give you a bit of history of Git. And Git was also created by Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux that we briefly covered last week. So he is a really brilliant mind who came up with his own flavor of Unix and called it Linux. So Linus is Unix, which became Linux. Actually, it was a friend of his who gave the name. But nonetheless, the name stuck, and as he open sourced it, he needed some way to manage it. He needed to manage the project. He needed a way to handle the changes that were being made to the source code, handle the way that contributions were being made to the source code. So for all of this, he created a technology stack called Git. So Git quickly became adopted by a lot of tech giants of the world, and especially because of its usefulness and utility in agile software development, it really proved its mettle there. So that is basically the history of Git. Now the reason why it is important to use Git. Now, a lot of people, when they have written some kind of code, whether it be for a basic website that you did in school, or whether it be some kind of hello world program, in all cases, it would have been like you started off with a hello world program, you made some changes, and then you did something, and then you made a couple more changes, you made a few additions, you made a few deletions, and it was all working well and good. Then you made that one change that completely broke your application, and you hit Ctrl Z and you run it again. The bug persists. Again you hit Ctrl Z, you undo it, and still the bug persists. Now what can you do about it? There is by all means, your source code is more scrambled than a French egg or French omelette or whatever. And debugging it is a real pain. So what would have been a great case? It would be better if you kept hitting save as into a different folder, so that you had checkpoints, you had stable builds that you could keep referring to. And in all these cases, it is still inefficient, because it is a very manual versioning system, and you're gonna end up with a tree of files. Like, when you just want to open a project directory, you don't want to see the hundreds of versions that came through, right? But then it's always good to go back and refer. So Git does that for you with its version history system. So say you're writing something, you're writing a piece of code, and maybe 1 hour in, you come up with you achieve your initial objectives, or at least you've set up the environment right. What you do is you do a git commit. So that is like creating a checkpoint. Now the reason why you have to create this checkpoint is so that it is labeled, it is tagged. So later, maybe 2 months down the line, when you come and refer to it, you can see that label and identify that what that particular commit consists, and you can easily roll back to it. So say at the end of 1 hour you made one commit, and another 10 minutes later you tried something else, and then another half an hour later you tried something else, and then came that one feature that one line of code or one semicolon that you put accidentally that completely broke your code. Now you could try Control Z and then save it a couple of times, but then that's just normal debugging, right? That might not always work. So what can you do? Now here you have the option of having a checkpoint. All you have to do is go back in your history, go back to that checkpoint, restore it, and then you're back and good to go. Then incrementally bring back the changes that you had made to figure out where it actually went wrong. So that is version history for you. So this need not apply entirely for Git. There are a lot of version control software. Git is just something that has properly proved its mettle here. Then you have the option of then you have the reason of collaboration. So this stands more for GitHub also, because that has become the go-to platform for open source collaboration. And the thing being that when you have an open source project, if you just put it out public, as in a couple of my projects also, if you go to github.com/technicus, I'll link my personal GitHub in the comment section down below after the stream. Right now it just has the community links. So if you go there, you can see all of the projects that are available publicly. So it allows us to share. Also, if you're going for hackathons, if you want to share the code with the organizers, they will most certainly ask you to share your GitHub repository, because it's easy for them to just download it, run it, and you can also see that version history, how you have worked through and through the process of development, whether it was just a one huge commit or incremental commits, or we will see at best practices. So collaboration is a huge thing. So say I write a piece of code and then push it to Syed, or Yash, or anyone, any of my fellow teammates. They can easily clone it meaning make a copy or download it in simple terms, make their own changes, make their own commits, and then push it back up to GitHub, and then I can monitor that. I can do my own changes parallelly and then push it back. So it adds a certain degree of flexibility in collaboration, in that it makes it really convenient for developers. It really makes a lot of difference for the teams as such to be able to collaborate at such a rate. So that is collaboration. Then comes agility. Now, what is agility? Going from ideation to production is basically agility. So agile development means that is production focused. You want to get, basically in today's industry, time to market is very important. Time to market is the most important thing. So you could, like, even in the 19th century and 20th century, people assume that we had reached the flat line of ideas. But then the thing is, with the advancing technology, everyone is having a lot of ideas. And by all means, the idea that you might have had and you think is completely novel, somebody else could have possibly had a similar idea. So who wins? The person who brings it to market wins first. Market first wins. Sorry, I misspoke there. So it's all about getting it to production first. So that is agility. So Git and GitHub enables agility. It allows the it makes your workflow more efficient, so that you have a very agile production cycle, and you don't waste a lot of time with unnecessary debugging and things as such. Then on a related note comes project management. So if you have an open source project, people can raise, if they want to request a feature, they can always have feature requests. Or if there's something wrong with your code, they can raise an issue on GitHub. We will see all that later. So those are a couple of the reasons why we need GitHub. So now I'm just gonna go back to chatting, like just chatting. I'll just see the comment section and let's see what people have been talking. In the analytics page, I can see that there have been quite a few messages. So let's chat for another 2 minutes and then go back to the next slide. Let's see. Feed. Oh, it refreshes. All right. Okay, so let's see here. Awesome. All right. Okay, so no doubts as such. Said is excited for chat time. Where do I see the stream in 10 years? Okay, we'll have we will chill for a bit at the end of the stream. So such existential questions, let's talk about it then. So nothing related to Git, so I'm gonna get back to the subject here right after my phone switches back to chat mode. Alright, perfect. Let's see. Okay then. Oh, PewDiePie is miles off, my friend. Okay, so now we are done with why we need this. Let's talk about Git as such. So okay, I think the music is a bit too loud. Alright. And okay, perfect. Now, okay, coming back to the topic, we'll now cover what Git is and how it is used and its relevance. Now, Git, as I said earlier, is a content tracker system. So it keeps you in check as a developer, you could say, and it is your saving grace in a lot of times when features might break. So in those cases, like as you are working, you do Git commits and you push your code to a remote Git repository, and Git is responsible for taking your code and then finding what has changed between the versions, storing those changes as these things called hashes, and pushing them into remote repositories or maybe even in a repository on your own system. So that is basically what Git does. It is the technology, it is the underlying version control technology of GitHub. Now I've talked about GitHub for so long. The reason why I've talked for GitHub so long is that it is the biggest player. It is a driving force of open source. So anytime you talk about open source, say later I'll show you a software called Streamlabs OBS or OBS as such. You go to the website, the first thing that they say is that our software is open source. View source on GitHub. So that one line justifies it all. It has become the go-to standard for open sourcing your software. So in that case, it is very relevant that we cover GitHub, and I think we briefly saw GitHub in the last stream. Nonetheless, we depending on the audience, I'll see and I'll show you how to set up your own GitHub account. So for those ECE peeps in the stream, this is relevant for you also. In some cases, you might need to take a plugin or maybe some kind of an add-on from GitHub, and it is always, I mean, who are we kidding? Half of the EC placements happen in IT, right? So you cannot survive without this. And a GitHub account really reflects on your work, and it really it becomes a very easy portfolio for your coding talent or anything like that, basically. So let us see. Okay, another thing that is on screen is Bitbucket. So Bitbucket is something that uses Git. It is a versioning system. It is a content tracking system. But what it is that it is by a company called Atlassian. GitHub was recently acquired by Microsoft. Bitbucket is a software offering by Atlassian. It has a free tier, but then it is mostly enterprise oriented and generally closed source. People do use it for open source, but it is an enterprise grade solution, and you can't open source everything, right? Companies would go broke if they open source their proprietary tech also. So in those cases, sometimes when they need an enterprise grade Git versioning system and they don't want to set it up on their own servers, they'll use something called like Bitbucket. And Atlassian is a really great company when it comes to DevOps and things as such. So they have this really stable offering. So Atlassian is also the company that runs the Trello app. They are the owners of the Trello app. Trello is the Kanban task manager kind of thing that a lot of people use. Even I use it to some degree. Switching over to this thing called Notion, but then that's the subject for another video. Let's see. Okay, I moved back. All right. So moving on to GitHub. So GitHub, as the name suggests, is a hub for Git. So it is a cloud platform, you could say, and it makes it really easy for anyone to use the Git versioning system. As in, anyone can sign up for an account, and anyone can use the technology of Git, and you can easily set up versioning for your projects. And as you write some code, you can keep pushing it to GitHub. So in case your system crashes or your system catches fire because of your complex machine learning models or whatever, your code is still safe on the cloud. And also it helps a lot with collaboration and project management and all those things. So we'll see that, and then I hope I'll show you the relevance of GitHub a bit more there. And they are hardcore FOSS supporters. So what they do is they also sponsor a lot of projects. They fund a lot of projects. They make their enterprise grade platform free for a lot of companies that are just getting started, open source. Then they also have a great student program. So anyone with an edu email address, so like we have srmist.edu. So similarly, you can use your edu address to get the GitHub student pack. There are a lot of free goodies there, free software licenses, a lot of free tools that you can use, and just a lot of great stuff there. And they do really great things. And they recently got acquired by Microsoft. That was a bit of a concern for a lot of people, because shortly after Microsoft acquired NPM also. So people were freaking out. Is Microsoft off to dominate the entire tech world or open source world or whatnot? So I think yeah. All right. So let's move on to some interesting stuff. Yeah, I think you guys have heard enough of me droning on. Before that, let's just look at the chat section. Okay, let's look at the chat section. I think we have a few questions here. All right. I wish I would be overtaking PewDiePie. All right. I didn't change over to this, right? Okay. Let's see. I'm to be very honest, I'm far from overtaking PewDiePie. PewDiePie is in a different. If I had 1% of the followers of PewDiePie, but then you guys can make it happen, right? Make sure all of your friends watch this. Oh, where did that go? Okay, just had to refresh. Arati is excited for hands-on session. Well, so am I. This is really the fun part. Yeah, a lot of the project team members are here. Yeah, but then you guys already know Git, so what am I worried about? Ratik, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely show. Okay, that's what's up next. So, um, another 2 minutes of chat so that I can set up the next scene of the window share, which I kind of have to do live. My camera keeps really messing up the white balance of things. So my throat is kind of parched. I'm gonna get some water. Okay, you guys might see something strange here. Let's see. It gives a clue as to how I'm achieving this background. All right. I really think I'm doing a lot more talking this time than the last. Hello, Arati. Git CLI versus desktop. All right. I do not have GitHub desktop installed right now. Nonetheless, I will cover it. What else? OBS is cool. OBS is cool. Go Aditya. Hi, man. All right. Okay, it's getting really hot in here. All right, then let's switch over to some of the let's switch over to a window so that I oops, I accidentally switched to black. My mistake. Default transitions. Okay, all right. Come on, guys. Even legends like Epos Walks make mistakes. I'm just a beginner here. So let me know in the chat what you think of the layout and whether things are visible. So if something is not visible, I'll definitely zoom in. So the hands-on sessions are relatively more casual. If you guys want to see some, because I will be looking at the chat sessions here and there. So if something important comes up, I'll definitely address it. But for the most part, if you guys would like to see something in particular, if you would, it's on low latency mode. So as you type something in the chat window, I should be able to see it here. So in any case, just let me know and then we'll cover that here. All right. So let's go to GitHub. Oh, I'm using a different browser, so I might have to log in this time. GitHub is already here. What is up with my camera? Any folks from Rajagiri here? I had a friend of mine from Rajagiri who shared it with a lot of her friends, and nope, that is not doing any good. Oh boy, I'm sweating. Alright, let's. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get for now. Alright, so home screen of Git built for developers. So if you want to sign up, it's as easy as this. Pick a username, pick an email, pick a password. So now I already have a GitHub, so I'm gonna sign up here. My username is Technicus and my password. And yeah, this is what you see once you log in. Of course, I'm not gonna say my password. So this is the home screen of Git, and let's see. Ratik wanted to see a couple of my repositories, right? So I'll just go and show you a couple of my repositories. Thanks, Ratik. This age-old profile picture that I've been planning to and procrastinating from modifying or upgrading. Is my voice okay? Should I lower the music? The music is so that you guys don't get tired of me droning on and on. Alright, so yeah, just a couple of some of these are mine, some of these are fogged from a different person's repository. So I'll cover those basic Git operations as well. In case we don't have time today, we'll cover it at a later date. And yeah, that's it. Let me show you one of the repositories. Let's see, what can I pick? Okay, you can also if you sign up with GitHub Student, you can have access to pro features like having private repositories. So in case you don't want to open source your code, you can keep it private as well. But then that's not a free feature. You have to either pay for it or use a student license. So yeah, let's see. I'll go with where's road condition. Okay, yeah, this is one thing that's well documented of sorts, I guess. Yeah. So you can see that the language is used in the repository. So it's partially Arduino code. That's why it says C++. Yeah, something is wrong with the camera. Something is wrong with the camera, Preeta. I'm sorry about that. I'll fix it by next time. Alright, so this repository, road condition monitoring network, this is just a basic project that we made at Bosch Hackathon. It says C++ here, the languages are covered here. So it says C++ here because half of the code is in Arduino, written by Jairaj, shout out to him. And yeah, JavaScript for the rest of it, HTML and CSS. So HTML is not programming, guys, it's just a markup language. So you can see the Arduino. It's organized into different folders here, and node modules is a folder that's specific to Node.js modules, and usually you have your index file here, and readme file is something that's very important. I covered this last time also. So it is a file that you write with instructions on how to handle your repository, on how to run your code, and yeah, we'll see a couple of great repositories out there as well. So let's just see something from my feed. Let's go to, actually let's check OBS. Oops, not mine, or GitHub. So OBS, as I said earlier, is the software that I use to stream. So you can see OBS project is like a foundation, and they have a project under that called OBS Studio. So this, as you can see, is way more complex and has a hell lot more files. So see, you can see that the README file is more way more well organized. So you have badges like this. So Azure pipelines, if you guys are interested, I'll cover at a later date. So that comes under DevOps. It's called it's part of your continuous delivery pipeline. So the code that you put here, you can automatically compile and build and then publish it to your website automatically. They have linked their website here. We'll see that. Okay, fine. Might as well open it. Is the live feed coming correctly? Damn, what is wrong with this camera? Okay. Alright, so... Oh, alright. I have not locked the white balance. That's what's going on. Ah, there you go. Let's see. This should come as fluorescent. Nope, not fluorescent. Not twilight. Definitely not incandescent. Daylight? Yeah, that seems good. And let's lock the exposure as well. Perfect. Hopefully the camera will not act up now. So you can see in a public repository like this, anyone can access it. So say I don't want, suppose if I do want to build my own version of OBS, I can clone this and then add my own code to it and push it to my repository. So that is one option. Or the first stage of that would, like, if I have a long going development cycle, I can fork this. So what that does is add a copy. So I'll show you a smaller repository. This might take a bit of time to fork. So to avoid that, I'll show you how to fork a smaller repository. Stars, if you like a repository, go star it so that you can, it supports the repository, it ranks it a bit higher also, and you will also get to know of any updates that's there. If you watch a repository when someone commits to it, or if someone makes any major changes to it, you'll get to know. And this is what I told earlier. If you are having an issue with the software, you can easily raise an issue here, and the maintainers of that repository will see it, and then I guess they'll try to make corrections. So yeah, there's that. And then come pull requests. Pull requests are, say I made some kind of a change, and I really think that everyone should have this. Suppose I think that it is very stable and it's a very useful feature to even push into production, as in every OBS user should be using my modification. So then I'll create something called a pull request, so that the changes that I've made are merged into the production branch, as in the main repository. So I would basically create this thing called a pull request. So this is like step 1 to open source contribution. So once you find something that you like, you can contribute to it, and the way that you get your code accepted is through a pull request. It's a shame that the camera is acting up. Yeah, I did not have this issue earlier. I had tested it as well. I'll look into it. Hopefully my capture card will come till then, and I'll switch to my Sony camera, which will hopefully be ages better. You never know. So yeah. Okay then. So that is basics of the GitHub platform as such. So if you let me quickly show you how to make a new repository as well. So I'll make a new repository, and then we'll put some code there. It's about 9:50. I want to wind this up by 10. So let's see. So you go to repositories, and you can see something here, the forked part that I told earlier. So there's this YouTube channel called Traversy Media, hosted by this really great man called Brad Traversy. He compiled this design resources for developers. Let's see if I can quickly preview it. Now I could just make do with watching. Okay, so it's just, as the name suggests, a lot of design resources for developers. You can see it on my GitHub if you want to. Yeah, so I can just click watch, but then just so that I don't lose track of it, I just fork the repositories, and I plan on using it for my own note taking. So it makes sense to just fork the repository. And yeah, that is basically a demonstration of a forked repository. By all means, it's just like yours, as in you maintain it. And suppose you have made a lot of changes, you can submit a pull request with your forked branch. So once you fork something, it's called a branch. Now I'll draw all this and show you probably next week. Maybe next week we can cover a bit more of Git, because I really want, this is something that everyone needs to know. So I want to make sure that Git and GitHub are done through and through. And after that we'll move on. So you can see that the branch that I have forked is 7 commits behind the master branch that he is working on. So yeah, you can compare your code. So let's see. Let's just go back to this and then commit something, and then we'll go back. Then we'll sort of wind up, and then whatever else is left is for a future date. Let me create a new repository, and that is as easy as typing a name, FOSS point. Give an optional description, and since mine is a student account, I have the option of making it private. Always good to initialize a repository. Git ignore means having Git ignore certain files, and add a license, create repository. Alright, so your repository is created. Now what are you gonna do with this? For best explaining this, I am going to, okay, this is gonna be fun. Let's switch to Linux, because that is just the best way to do things. Let us see. Let me, okay, give me a second here. Nope, that's not the one. Where's VMware? That's odd. Yes, Jairaj, I am planning to do that, which is certainly daring. My laptop's already hot enough to make a scrambled fried egg on. Umang, I'll answer your question in a bit. I have not read it properly yet. I will look into that and answer it. Just that I am not able to bring up Linux, which is definitely odd, because that's how I planned on demonstrating it. I was able to access it a bit earlier. Let's see. It's really interesting how everything just works normally when you're testing, and then you have strange issues from cameras acting up all the way to freaking window sharing not happening. Nope. This is odd. Okay, nonetheless, I am going to try something way more complicated. Of course, that's not working either. This is very odd. Okay, the browser window went blank. Nope. And let's see. Oh god, even in this case, my VMware instance is nowhere to be seen. That is not good news. Let's see. Oh, all right. Different graphics card. Yeah, except I don't use Windows CLI unless I mean I don't use Windows for anything unless I can avoid it. Oh boy. Let's see. We have Chrome, Brave, Telegram, Explorer, Calculator. Oh damn. It may be if I Brave OBS. Nope. Of course not. Okay, so I'll just tell you guys this time and answer your doubts, and the remainder of it is for another day then. Okay, so once you have created a repository, you can let me switch back to that window. So you can just download the code, or you can wait, let me actually see if I have wait, do I actually have GitHub on here? Oh wow, okay, I did not expect this. So the thing is, I do have, it seems that I actually do have Git by some miracle. So let's see, documents, and I'll make a folder called FOSS. Yeah, I know you guys won't be able to see this, but bear with me for a bit because this was an unforeseen hiccup. I can barely touch my laptop, it's that hot. There you go. So this is Hackerman. Let me see if I enlarge it a bit, it might be better to read. Okay, it's a blank file, and let me bring that up a bit so that it doesn't look too drab. OPS can go beside, and let's see. So now I have created a repository here. Now I'm going to copy this, and the basic command is git clone, and paste your URL. So it's gonna clone into documents, FOSS, and then there's gonna be another file called FOSS inside it. So if I type ls now, maybe I should. The thing is, I can't do a desktop share because I'm using a different graphics card, and in that case, it will not work if I modify it. So in case you guys are not understanding what it is I'm doing here, just let me know and then I'll clarify. Basically what you're doing as clicks on Windows Explorer, I'm doing with commands. That's the only difference. It would do good to maybe move this here a bit and yeah, let's see. Okay, so now if I type ls here, you can see that readme file has appeared here. Now I don't know if the cat command will work. Oh, okay, it did. So cat is just something that it's a command that you use just to see what is quickly inside a file. So you can see that the readme.md file only has the word FOSS point inside it, and that's what got print. So it's marked down. That's what the hash is for. It means that it's a heading. So now let me edit it. Let me put some text in it. So I'm just gonna go a bit off screen here and put some text on it. Let's see. What should I put? Let's see. I have changed the content to hey everyone. So now when I do cat readme, you can see that the text has changed to hey everyone. So now now what you have to do is you have to have git register the changes. So how you're gonna do that is git add and then add everything in the current directory. So you can see that everything has been successfully added. Now if I type a git status, you can see that the readme file has been modified and it has also been staged, but it has not been committed. So now I'm going to do that checkpoint thing that I told earlier by doing a commit commit-m and I have to give some message let's say init, and I have committed it. Now I am going to push it. Oops, git push. Rahul Mahesh. Why not use he's asking why I don't use PowerShell. Long story short, I am not a Windows person. I use Windows like anybody would use your Android phone. I use it for browsing, I use it for YouTube and OBS. That's it. I have a very little. I am not a Windows power user. You could say that I am a Linux power user, but definitely not a Windows power user. So now suppose I refresh. Now when I refresh this, you can see the readme file content has been updated to hey everyone. So this is baby steps. Oops, it's, I guess the GitHub CLI is covering. Let me quickly fix that. We don't need this command line right now anymore, right? Yeah, let me quickly just take that off screen and fade. So yeah, the resistance. Hey everyone. That has been a lot of build up for like 2 words that are like the hello world of. You could say that you did hello world with Git. You made your own repository and we downloaded it and we made some modifications and we pushed it back up. That's pretty much it. That's encouraging, Rahul. Yeah. All right. So it's way past 10 and I think we have a good understanding of what Git and GitHub is and somewhat better of how to proceed with this and a good pace, I guess. So if you can, now that the intro is done, if you can get more of a crowd and more of an audience of people, especially like either final years who are, they don't teach you these things at placement training. You really need these things for IT. So whether it be this or in any tech topic, you can just let me know. Now I'll go back to just chatting and let's just chat around for a bit. And for that reason, I'm going to increase the music as well and the gain on my microphone. Awesome. So the mic is it's a Maono AU04. with a pretty basic pop filter for your auditory comfort. Nobody likes those pop sounds and nasty things that really make your ear blow, right? Oops, I changed the adjustment. Okay, so let's see what else. The question that I did not answer. Okay, so Umang, I'm really sorry for the delay. Umang asks, do community-driven open source projects become merge conflict hell for the repo owner? The fact that you asked that question means that you know that it is literally merge conflict hell for some cases. So what a lot of popular repositories do is that they specify rules for merging and pull requests, and there are certain unit tests that you have to pass, and there are certain bots and tests that are written as part of GitHub Actions itself. As in, you can predefine some tests that people have to do before, I mean, that their code has to pass before you can push to that repository. I guess that's one way to say it. But yeah, the maintainer really has to put in a lot of effort to make sure that the repository is just not it just does not go haywire. That is definitely something to think about. All right, then what else? Yeah, again, I'm sorry about the camera. And yeah, I addressed about the audio issue. So the song is just a copyright-free playlist by Harris Heller. He is also known as Alpha Gaming. He runs the Alpha Gaming channel. Yeah, his name is Harris Heller. He runs the Alpha Gaming channel, and the collection is called Stream Beats. You can find them on Spotify. I really like their beats, and I am really losing my patience with this camera. The white balance is changing literally every second. Okay. We are up to 86 viewers. That is great. I do not have a lot of experience with first-hand streaming, as in I am just learning myself. It has become a bit of an obsession recently. I do follow a lot of streamers and stream instructors, and I have been tinkering around with the software for quite a while, for the better part of a month, and I got some great equipment on a great deal. So yeah, it is a good investment because audio is something that's very important in a stream, because in most cases people would just be listening to you. So it is important that you avoid a lot of harsh tones and just give them the best experience possible. So audio is definitely something to invest in. Lighting is great, and lighting, I have a fill light and a key light, and then the green screen. So I'll definitely do streaming tutorials at some point, because I've gotten a lot of requests for my OBS tutorials. And yeah, you can do a bit more stuff with HTML, CSS and JavaScript in this space that a lot of other stream professors, who are stream instructors, who are just not programmers, just don't cover. Yeah, so do join the community and then let me know what you want me to cover in the future episodes. I was going to do a bit more of a project oriented case here, but then with the lack of time, I mean, you can't entirely skip theory, right? First I have to convince you why it is necessary. Only then you can move ahead with how to proceed for it. So yeah, I'll have timestamps for this in the description as well. And if you did stop by, if you have anything to say, do let me know in the comments. And then yeah, do share this with your friends. I am not working right now, Rahul Mahesh. I am a final year engineering student. All right. So, yeah. If you like the stream, if you like the format of things, do let me know in the comments. Join the community, and I'm active there. You can always send me a message personally. It's always good to hear the criticisms and any suggestions for improvement. And if you just really have anything to say about the stream, what you liked about it, what you did not like about it, whether you like the music, whether you didn't like the music, if the format could be changed a bit, or whether you want me to zoom in a bit on screen, any little bit helps. When will we have a Minecraft let's play? I am not a gamer. As fancy as my streaming setup is, I am not a gamer. Yeah, Jairaj popped by exactly at the same time. Jairaj, in case you guys have Alexa, Jairaj made a great Alexa app. Shout out to him for that. If you can just, I forgot the name of the application. I think it's called How to Minecraft. I'm not sure. So he made the Alexa app before making Alexa apps were really mainstream, and that really hit the market. He's got a lot of downloads for that. So I'll also be having guests on the show. If I can increase it to more than 1 week, I'm really see when I'm doing that, I really want it done right, and for that reason, I'm gonna look at all the possible opportunities in that, and only then bring other people in. But I really want to have other streamers in. So, and then within the project team itself, we have a lot of resources, right? And even we are the Alumni Connect program that we are having. Do check out the project team's channel. Just YouTube search for the project team SRM, and you will find us. So we are having a lot of Alumni Connect cases also. So yeah, I hope that answered Rahul Mahesh's question. What is the project team? I am glad you asked that, so I can put a plug in there. The project team is a student team in SRM. It is a team that I am part of. I joined in my first year. We are a team that works on a lot of domains, ranging from IoT to blockchain to machine learning. We have app development, web development. It's a student community, so SRM promotes that a lot. I am the current team lead for it, and the project team has a separate YouTube channel that you should really go check out. We are doing a series of alumni interviews right now, and the first one is up, and the first one is with this person called Varsha Prasad, I think. Yeah, she works at Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Works at Red Hat, I guess. Yeah, I like to think that we make good projects. Isn't that the point? Okay, so thank you all of you guys for having stopped by. Do let me know. My bot is filtering stuff up. No, my bot, I disabled the bot. The bot was really, it wasn't doing anything good. Yeah, I disabled the bot. I even had an alert of people who were subscribing, but then even that didn't work. I really have to look into that. I was supposed to help Alex also with that, my friend Alex. So Malayalis in the house, search for Urudude, and he's having a stream going on right now. So that is mostly done with the tech part of the evening. So if you just want to interact on a personal level right now, or if you have some doubts, I would be happy for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. And then we'll wind up. Do subscribe and join the community. If you do have Telegram, please do join the Telegram community. So the whole point of that, as I have been telling time and again, is that I need I can help you better if I know what you need, right? So if you can tell me what it is that if you can tell me what it is that I can help you with, then I can better suit the content for you. So yeah, do join the community and let me know. So yeah, let's see. Okay, how many people are still watching? Oh wow, 10 people are still here. Oh, thanks for what, Bhavya? Absolutely nothing. Chill, man. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for spending your time here. I mean, I'm sure you guys already knew Git. All right. So, bot bhaiya. Nah, that's perfectly fine. So, yeah, let me know what suggestions you have for future episodes in the comment section. And meanwhile, I'll by next week I hopefully will have a much better camera. Right now it's Droid Cam running on my mom's old iPhone, and the camera clarity is great when it is not acting up like this, but it has been acting up so much so that it's not really viable to proceed with this. So I really will have to work something out of that. Syed, it was the only use I could find for the iPhone. Like literally the only use. My pleasure, Preeta. You don't have to say thanks. I am thanking you for I'm thanking you for your time. No. Okay, here comes the Apple fanboy. Okay then. A bit of a bonus, you can see you can see how I'm getting the effect. I do this way too many times and my friends have told me stop doing that. Do I have any bugs in Instagram? I think that's just an iPhone issue. We Android people are safe. Okay, you're not helping my point here, Jaraj. One is Apple fanboy and one is bot boy. Awesome. So you guys keep letting me know your thoughts in the comments, and my throat is really parched, so I'm gonna get a water. Oh yeah. Hey, at least I didn't do that Kamehameha thing. Wow. The water bottle is green. I can't help it. It's hilarious. Look. No, the water bottle is actually green, and then the software is keying out the green. Like, let me. We are done with the stream anyway, so I'm just going to. I'll show you what it looks like without the green screen filter. Oops. Wrong kind of filter. Let's see. Oops, that was at the wrong place. Let's here. Oh yeah, there you go. Filters and flip side off. Yeah, now you can see. Why is it red? It's not supposed. Oh. Okay, never mind. It's not gonna work for you either way. Okay, so I have a bit of a complicated setup there. So it's nested. Like there are 2 or 3 green screens applied so that the filtering is very smooth. So what you should know is that there's a fabric behind that is green. So that green is keyed out very easily. And furthermore, I also have the crop is done by another green screen effect. Yeah, the bottle would have become red too because behind this there's another red. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah. So yeah, mostly people that I know, I guess. Do encourage anyone you know who has taken computer science in 11th and 12th, or anyone who is trying to pursue or get started with a career in information technology, IT industry, to join the FOSS Point community group, and I'll be sure to push as many resources that I can get here. The background music, as I said earlier, lo-fi stream beats. The next lo-fi beats to study too. Study. Okay, yeah, CT is coming up. Gotta study, right? This mic picks up even whispers. That's great. Let me just increase the gain a bit more. Awesome. So yeah, it's almost 10:30. That's a half an hour overshoot. I am not gonna do ASMR. I do not want to lose the 10 followers that I have right now. I am not doing it. Chill, dude. And there goes my camera again. Awesome. So anyone who is new, if you would like to just introduce yourself in the chat, it would be great, and great to connect. Otherwise, please, do join the Jumpstarts group, the FOSS Point community, that is. So let's see. I wonder how many yeah, let's not talk about that on live, Preeta. My parents are watching. Awesome. So yeah, I guess that's it. I'll be winding up then. Yeah. Okay, for the last few guys that are here, thank you very much for stopping by, and thank you for your time. Thank you for spending your time here and keeping the chat section so engaged. I hope we'll be able to cover more next week, and that we can cover a lot more on the tech side. And do join the community and let me know if you really want me to cover anything in particular. And yes, may the force FOSS be with you. It's a very weird angle, I guess. Yeah. May the FOSS be with you. That is a Star Trek reference. It's not Star Wars. It's Star Trek. I did say Star Trek. Okay. I said Star Trek. Chill. Spock is in Star Trek, not Star Wars. Oh yeah, that was the symbol is Star Trek, and may the force be with you is Star Wars. So yeah, I kind of mixed that. This is Star Trek. So this is right, Jara, this is right. We are all right. Everyone's happy. ETs with ETs. Yeah. All right then. Bye guys. I'll see you next week with hopefully better content and something that excites you just as much as it does me. And yeah, happy to share. Get your friends to join the community as well. Bye guys. Yes, I'm sure.